of your go-to for all things home. This is Home Answers Radio, presented by Lang Home Medical Equipment, Valdecast Windows and Doors, Level 10 Coatings, and by JeffBuysYourHouse.com. Once again, here's Roger Piper.
Your go-to for all things home. It's Home Answers Radio.
Hi, welcome to Home Answers. I'm Roger Piper, and this show is all about your home, the people inside it, the stuff you do outside, the entire thing. And one of the things that I'll make you a little promise about, and that is if you spend the next few minutes with us, you'll learn a thing or two that you probably didn't know. Our guest today is Rob Lang from Lang Home Medical Equipment. Welcome to the show, Rob.
Thank you, Roger. Appreciate you inviting me.
Hey, Lang Home Medical Equipment is a good local company that really helps people with a lot of issues, and we'll get into that a little bit. But first of all, you've been doing business since 1989. You added another location, so you're in Buffalo Grove and Algonquin. And you started this from your garage, right?
That's correct. My wife and I saw a need, felt the calling, shall we say, and cleared out our furniture and our belongings and started this out of our garage. That's correct.
Isn't that wild? That's a great story. Love that. And again, with the two locations in Buffalo Grove and Algonquin, they are full showrooms, right? So people can come by and look at things?
Absolutely. Buffalo Grove is our warehouse showroom where we do all of our trucking of our equipment. But Algonquin is a full walk-in retail, open 6 days a week for everyone to come in and take a look.
Now, what you really do with home medical equipment is that you're helping people that have a challenge or a disability. Is that right?
Right. We're kind of a one-stop shop, Roger. We try to listen to our customers as they come in, and they come in with all sorts of stories, young and old. Everyone seems to have some type of an issue, a crisis, whether it be their own family or a loved one, a mother or father. And what we do is we listen to what their needs are and try to help direct them to the right solution.
And the really important thing is there aren't resources for that, really. If you're coming out of a hospital or a rehab or anything that has changed the situation, there isn't anybody that's going to sit down with you and say, okay, here's what you need. And I think that that's one thing that you offer as a service to everybody is that you have that knowledge.
We do. 36 years. We have a terrific trained staff of over 23 people between the two stores that we train our personnel to listen well and to try to help direct these families to an appropriate answer and solution to their problem.
And you offer all of these different things that people need, power chair lifts, I mean, all the kinds of anything, really.
For outside the home and inside the home. So we talk to them about how are they going to get in the house. So whether it be ramps or outdoor stair lifts or indoor stair lifts, scooters, power chairs, beds, wheelchairs, oxygen, commodes, we go through the whole house. We offer that entire assessment at no charge. We come in, we go through the entire home with you, and we try to help solve problems.
And you know, the biggest thing about this is it's scary. For people that are doing it and people that actually need to use the equipment, it's scary, isn't it?
It is. And we try to offer them solutions of things they hadn't thought about, lighting issues, safety gates from people falling downstairs, sensors, electric eyes on beds and bedrooms to make sure a dementia or an Alzheimer patient isn't getting out of the home. I mean, the list goes on, but we look at the entire picture of what we see in your home and we make suggestions.
And that, I think, again, there's nobody out there, there's no book on this. And then there's nobody that's saying, okay, now here's what you need to do. So you really provide a service when it comes to that.
We do. And we take our employees, and we have several that have gone through home assessment training. We have one or two who are actually certified as home assessment experts, and they are certified, and they do an excellent job for our clients.
Yep, and I think that makes a big difference. It's we're talking with Rob Lang of Lang Home Medical Equipment. Now, if you want to go to the website, you can check that out at LANG, as in Lang, and then HME.com. So it's Lang, and then short for home, HME.com. They have offices in Buffalo Grove and Algonquin. But, of course, Rob, you'll come out to their house, right?
Yes, absolutely. So much of our work is coming into a home where we'll do a free assessment because many of the families just can't get in to see us.
Yep.
And we want to see the bathroom. We want to see the bedroom. We want to look at the stair lift. And that's the best way, is getting into the home and meeting with the families one-on-one.
So this time of year, mobility is a big issue.
Huge
because it's
issue.
time to get out.
Everyone wants out.
Everybody wants out.
That's right.
And I was looking at this, that 2.7 million people in the USA use power mobility scooters. And that I didn't realize that number was that high.
And Roger, what we're seeing also is people aren't waiting to get assessed. Families are bringing their moms and dads in, and they're wanting solutions right away. They're coming in, we're showing them from our inventory of scooters or power chairs, both collapsible portable equipment that they can handle on their own,
Right.
and they're buying the equipment and taking it home with them that day. They don't have the time to wait for the doctor's orders and the assessments, because Medicare isn't going to necessarily cover this equipment anyways. So these families, the children, don't want to wait. They need to get answers and resolve the issues right away.
And as you built this business, you kind of realized that, didn't you?
Oh, absolutely.
And you
Absolutely.
wanted to make sure that you have a lot of things in stock, and it was quality equipment, and that you knew how to use it.
Right.
And that,
Right.
that kind of separates you from other places, doesn't
Right.
it?
We don't look at the low-dollar products, because that tends to fail at some point. I got to make sure somebody in a scooter is going to get across the street, or they're going to get onto that CTA bus or the train and get downtown to go to work. Or I've got students on college campuses that have to be able to get around in their mobility device day in and day out. So going the cheapest route in this type of business is not the way to go. You need quality equipment that these people can depend on for their mobility and their accessibility.
The other part of that, when we're talking about finances, is that if you don't know what you need, you're usually going to buy things you don't need, or you're going to buy the wrong products. And I think that's why it's so important to listen to somebody that knows what's going on.
Sure. And every industry today faces that Amazon craze, that attraction to Amazon. And then families buy things and it's the wrong size, or it doesn't do what grandma needs. And truly, if you come into one of our showrooms, and one of them, in fact, is a warehouse building, industrial building, people say, oh, you're hard to find. But then they walk in, they go, oh, my gosh, look at the selection. Well, I need space to be able to bring all these scooters and power chairs and lift chairs in. And it gives the families a selection they normally would not have at the local corner drugstore, shall we say.
Yeah, or a smaller medical supply company. But really, you're about empowering independence, right? I mean, that's what it's all about. Well, independence, or making it easier for somebody to care for somebody that has a dependency.
Absolutely. And we have so many people also who have no caregivers, no family, that are trying to care for themselves in their own home. They're trying to stay in their home. That is their palace. That's where they want to be.
And I can understand that. They're the ones that really need the help to do that, because you may have needs that are, this right now, but it's going to change. I mean, almost always something is added, subtracted as time goes on, right?
And we try to encourage people, and I try to encourage our salesmen, is just don't look at the current situation. We know what happens with these illnesses, and we try to encourage the families to look down the road. Do not invest in a piece of equipment simply because it's there. Think about where your loved one is going to be in 3 or 4 years and plan accordingly. Buy accordingly for that need.
Yep. So if you're doing this for yourself, or if you're doing it for a loved one, it's best to kind of take a long-range approach.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the littlest things, although some may be costly, but the littlest things will allow you to stay in your home, independent, safe, and to continue to live on your own without any hesitation.
Yep. It's hard to put a price on that.
Absolutely.
Because that makes as far as other things that for mobility this time of year, I know people want to get out.
So we have scooters, we have power chairs, but unique to us, I think, is we also offer to our families lifts for their vehicles. Mm-hmm. We offer a variety of ramping systems for their homes to get in and out. We also now offer, and we're one of the only dealers in the Chicagoland area, that you can order a custom curved stair lift and receive it within 2 weeks. And that is something that has never been heard of. Normally, it's a custom application. It's a 6 to 8 to 10 week lead time. But we also now offer that custom curved stair lift not only as a sale, but as a rental. So if you have a loved one who needs to get back into their home and it's a custom curved staircase, we now can offer a unit that we can assemble and design and build right on site and have that installed within a 2-week period.
Wow. That's pretty cool. When people are, as far as finances go, nobody really knows what's available. I know there may be some ways of help, but you're aware of those things. You can at least say, hey, check these out, right?
Right. We help them out. We help families out, whether it be, if they're going to go through Medicare, we help direct them to a vendor who may be dealing with Medicare. We do not deal with the Medicare system, nor insurances, but we do work with the VA. We do work with finance companies such as Care Credit. We do work with payment plans. So we will work with the families to the best of our ability.
Okay. Well, it's spring, and people want to get outside, and you can't blame them at all. So when it comes to mobility, check it out. And Rob, 2 locations, Buffalo Grove and Algonquin. It is Lang Home Medical Equipment. And the best thing to do is go to the website, because you can get the phone number there. Also, you can find out more information. It's langhme.com. So langhme.com. 847-537-2257. 847-537-2257. And, of course, you can stop by in Buffalo Grove and Algonquin since 1989. Great local company for any kind of home medical equipment. Rob, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, Roger.
Lang Home Medical Equipment. Check them out. This is Roger Piper, and it's Home Answers on AM 560, The Answer.
Your go